Hello everyone, welcome back to Train Sim World. Let's go ahead and read what this says here. The train has been checked for the trip south, so we're just waiting for clearance from Caltrain operations to join the main line. This is the Dirty Dirt Drive scenario. We're going to be in the Union Pacific GP38-2 with, we'll be in 3 of them, and a bunch of loaded hopper cars. So let's go ahead and climb aboard the GP38-2 for Union Pacific. Hello, Mr. Conductor, how are you doing today? And this is the first time I have stepped into this locomotive on Train Sim World. Passenger service has priority along the Peninsula corridor, so be sure to maintain performance and arrive as close to the allocated time as possible. We'll get billed for any disruption to other services. And let's try to not disrupt the Caltrain operations. Let's go ahead and get moving here. Go ahead and turn front headlight to, well, actually bright will work. Let's go ahead and place the reverser in. We'll go to forward. We're going to get the brake released, make sure those are off. And let's go ahead and put it up into notch 3. We'll turn the bell on. Wonderful. I can't speak. Never mind. An additional stop is planned at South San Francisco Yard to collect a cut of empties that are also heading south as far as Redwood City Yard. So yeah, about the horn. It's a really nice horn. I'm not too sure the make or model of that horn, but it's very nice, very Union Pacific sounding. We'll go ahead and get out of this siding here. The grade here is a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. It's a bit rainy, but we got some sunlight, which is nice. As we climb up the grade. Big line of hopper cars going up. Let's go ahead and bring it up to like notch 4. This is where the physics get a little bit odd because they're not that realistic. And I get it. Someone complained in my last Train Sim World video about the physics, and I get it. It's not great, but this is where you go to Dovetail Games' forums and you go give them some information. But regardless, we'll deal with what the sim has to offer as we get up this grade. Oh yeah, we're gonna power through. The power of the GP38-2s. I know I mentioned the SD 40-2s in the CSX Heavy Haul video that those are my favorite locomotives, but I don't mind the GP38-2s as well, or anything along the GP lineup is also, they're also very cool locomotives. Alright, getting out of the yard here, let's go ahead and turn off our bell. Get into the tunnel. Oh, that echo through the tunnel is really cool. Alright, we're just watching our speed right now. Man, it gets loud in the tunnel. Oh, I thought I turned the bell off. Maybe I didn't. Oh, maybe it comes on automatically with the horn. Could be a possibility. Okay, speed's doing a little bit wonky things there. I think because we let off the throttle, the momentum of the cars was still pushing us coming out of that yard. There we go. It's probably unrealistic for me to put it right up in the notch 6, but we're going to do so as we get through the tunnel. It's very loud, very echoey. And even notch 6 isn't gonna get us out. Just crank it to notch 8. Who cares? Get some light in here. Is L still cap light? Yeah. Whoa, it's a bit bright. The detail though, these Union Pacific units are very nice. Yeah, we really don't need lights through the tunnel, since I know pretty much all the controls on the controller. But yeah, I don't think I even own Peninsula Corridor on Train Simulator 2020, so I'm not at all familiar with this route. But that's why we're doing this scenario today, is so you guys get more content and I get to do some route learning as well. I feel like it's hard to do route learning when you're in first person here, which is my favorite position to be playing any train simulator game. But nonetheless, it's still learning the route. Sometimes don't need to see the surrounding scenery in order to get a feel for the route and to know the route. We can quickly go out though and get outside the locomotive. Super elevated curve here. Really nice. I wonder if it'll force us into the engineer's seat in third person. I don't know if it will or not. About to find out. No, it doesn't. Okay. I know in Train Simulator 2020 it will do that. Guess we'll do a bit of third person. Why not? There we go. Now we're fully immersed in the tunnel sounds. So we'll have to stop at South San Francisco West Yard again, because I'm not familiar with this route. I'm not too sure what that yard looks like, but we're about to find out. And we have to pick up some empties while we're at it, so we can continue heading south. It's a very long tunnel. There must be a lot of residential areas. That's probably why there are all these tunnels to go, cut under them. Maybe. Again, not too familiar with the route. There we go. The tunnel. Gosh, the scenery is awesome. Not too bad for rain either. It's not too dark. Got a station here. Little passenger crossing there. Turn the horn. We know where we're at. Next signal is green, which is good. I guess I should pay attention to that a lot, because sometimes I forget to look at our signals and where we're at. So we got a clear, and our speed also increased as well. We still have to go back to 40 though, apparently. And okay, so the bell turns on with the horn. That's automatic. I need to figure out what the bell mapping thing is on controller. I'm not going to figure it out in this recording session, but maybe afterwards I'll figure it out. Alright. Next we got the caution yellow. Oh, I see, because we're switching main lines. So we're going from the left to the right side, which I think is the correct side. There we go. That's why we got that approach. Even our next signal is still an approach as well. But we are 2.7 miles from where we need to pick up our empties. Again, it's just managing and making sure we don't screw anything up. Okay, apparently we're good at going towards 50. I don't want to speed or anything. But we'll go ahead and get up to 50 here. Very nice, very nice. Seems like it got a bit dark again. Must have been a darker patch of clouds. Is that off into the distance? No, it's just dark behind us. It's because we're headed right to the sun in front. Are those houses along the mountains? Interesting. I guess it is. Looks weird from far away. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so we have some water over here. Right, next signal is yellow. It's a nice area. I'm not fully fond of the West Coast. I think if anything, I really like the Pacific Surfliner route. Especially where it's, you know, you have a lot of freight on passenger action. Really, you have the Pacific Surfliner, Amtrak passenger routes, and then you have the Burlington Northern Santa Fe as well that does their freight operations through there. So I think visually there's a lot more there because you're right on the coast. Obviously doesn't look so good in today's session because it's raining. So I think we'll go ahead and let that one slide. We'll let any thoughts I originally had on maybe this route slide. I mean, it's still a great route. There's a lot to it. Alright, we've got a yellow. We're still coming up to another 50-mile-per-hour mark. And we're coming to 1 mile from where we have to stop. Oh yeah, I think we're turning off. So there we got red's on top and yellow on the bottom, which usually means we're switching over. So we'll see what we have to do. We'll go ahead and reduce our speed a bit. Because I don't know what... Oh, we got a red in a mile. Okay. Oh, well, that's where we're stopping. Oh, I didn't realize I was applying brakes. There we go. Go ahead and start slowing down. I thought I saw a crossing. Oh, yeah, we're going to need to stop. Crossing buck sign. But apparently not. Okay, it's readjusting to how the brakes work on here. Oh dear, okay. So I think we're going off into our siding here. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, we're speeding. Whoopsie daisies. Saw that one coming. Oh dear. Oh dear, slow down. Slow down, Matt. What are you doing? Oh, this is uncomfortable. We're not gonna get any... We're gonna be failing this scenario. Yeah, slightly driving over the speed limit. I get it. I get it. I get it. I was kind of nervous about this locomotive here too. I was like, I see lights from a locomotive. I hope we're not gonna drive right into it. Okay, well, that was a little bit uncomfortable. That's not gonna help us in the slightest. Jeez, it's a 10-mile-per-hour yard. I don't even remember seeing the 10-mile-per-hour yard limit warning. So I don't know if that's my fault or if that's the Sim's fault there. That's okay, we got slowed down. It was just one mistake. I probably should have expected our yard limit, or, you know, a yard limit of 10 miles per hour, because we're entering a yard. Well, I guess I didn't really think we were entering a yard, just the way it's worded. I mean, yeah, okay, we are stopping the yard, I guess. I'm just stupid. Let's go ahead and put our automatic brakes, initial reduction. Yeah, the brakes are a little wonky sometimes as well. Just the physics on how those work. Alright, we should be good if we just put it at initial. Oof. I hope it accepts us here. There we go. Well, alright, wait for additional load. Wait for the switcher before proceeding. Alright, so... Wait for the additional load. Which switcher are we waiting for? That one? Or is it this one? Is he moving? Oh yeah, he's moving. Oh, these are the empties. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was looking at those cars over there, and these are full. And I remember the instructions saying we're waiting for empties. So these must be our empty cut. I guess we'll just sit around and wait and see what happens next. For now, we'll go ahead and look at the surrounding area. Oh yeah, looks like he's, so there's our empties right there. So he's gonna be the one that's gonna back right in and hook up to us. Or maybe he'll just keep the, he might keep the cars there and then we'll manually back in. Let's see what instructions they give us. Although he's going like full ham right now. Alright. And the train device is still there. I'm sure it'll disappear. Nice. I just realized there is a different, well, some of them are the same, but there's like a different graffiti art on every car. Yeah, for some of them, they're actually different. This one's different from some of them. I think what's odd is that there's a few that aren't completely clean, which would be normal. On a couple vehicles. Do I have to walk out to do this, or can I do it from here? Ah, I think I have to walk out. Actually, that'd be stupid if I... Oh, that would actually be super stupid if I could have done that from third person. I had that thought too when we were waiting. I thought, oh, maybe I could just walk out of the train and just kind of walk around for a bit. Should have done that. That's okay though. Hopefully this won't take too much time. See, maybe if I was given better instructions, I'd be perfectly fine at doing this. And I wouldn't have to be so concerned about where do I need to go, what do I need to do. Why couldn't the engineer of this locomotive do it all? Hi. It's actually proper if I uncouple the other side, or if I uncouple the actual cars, because then the cars will be unlocked. Wait a moment. Yep. Oh, there we go. Into train device. Release the brakes and apply throttle to get moving. Well, you know, I will do that once I get back into our locomotive. Thank you. That switcher is gonna... We are running fast backwards. That's unrealistic. Gonna run back. Make sure we're not gonna get ran over by another locomotive. I'm gonna go ahead and enter from the back of the loco. Alright. I guess we have this door open. There we go. Okay. We got the green signal just ahead, so let's go ahead and release the brakes. And all we have to do now is stop at Redwood Junction, which is 16 miles from here. I don't know if that's actually our final stop or not. Just gonna turn on the bell. Put it up in notch 3 here. Keep the bell on for a bit while we're in the yard. Alright. Boy, that just running in a video game made me thirsty. Yes, hydration. Doesn't the weather just puts you down to a bad mood? It's been raining where I live actually for most of the day, so it fits the mood. It's, pretty gloomy outside, gloomy in the sim. It all makes sense. We're gonna merge back onto the main line here. That switcher. We have a new conductor. Oh, don't look at me, okay? This is weird. What? Awkward. Hello, ma'am. You replacing the other dude? Am I even in the right locomotive? Are we in the right consist? Am I dreaming right now? Okay, let's just not, you know, we're just gonna not even pretend that that happened. We got a lot of people here. Sorry, we are not your passenger train. We are full of, some dirty stuff. Who knows what that might be? It's a nice station. What is this? This is, yeah, South San Francisco. It's a very small commuter stop. Oh, but a commuter stop nonetheless. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off the bell. We can go ahead and bring up to speed here. There's a bit of an echo from the bridge. Alright, pulling out of the yard with, I don't even know how many cars we got. Why are the crossing gates over there down? What is that? I don't know. Oh, we have another Caltrain going by. Yeah, those gates are down. I don't know what for, though. Very interesting. I wonder what that route over there even goes towards. Yeah, this is a weird... weird railroad. I think I consider it weird because it's, you know, nothing like where I live. But there's not a whole lot of crossing grades, and even if we do have to blow our horn through the crossing grades, I don't think we technically have to, because I don't think any commuter trains would. Oh, there we go. Well, we do have a crossbuck over there, so I saw that. I don't know why I'm looking around. Let's go ahead and turn the bell on. Don't know where this crossing is. A locomotive over there. I think I'm missing a lot of cool exterior stuff. Stop car. No. You're turning. Very nice. Another crossing buck. Oh, very good. We got another one. Very nice area. A lot of houses. We are annoying everyone. Very good. Turn the horn off. It seems like every time I turn the horn off or something, the scenery glitches a little bit. Ooh, we're going uphill for a bit. Oh, no. Oh, yep. That's a very low bridge. Whoa, this is cool. Glad I'm in exterior for this. Very nice. Up above the ground level. Very cool areas. We're going to be going back downhill, so this is going to be scary. Can I turn the bell off in here? Where's the bell? Bell. There we go. Yeah, we're going to go downhill, so let's go ahead and get our brakes prepared. Start an initial reduction. Initial reduction is actually doing a good job. Oof, okay, yeah, that's where that yank of the cars or whatever gets a little weird. Oh, that smoothly puts us back down level. Very nice. One thing that was nice about the original Train Simulator, or Train Simulator 2020 as it's now called, is that when you have the HUD on the bottom where it shows your like grades and also where like signal locations are and things like that, like distance to places, that's the one thing I truly like is all the markers that explain stations or locations. So you know that when you go through that area, you know the area. That station back there, I don't know what it's called or what that area is called. But I think that's realistic, though, to the sim. You know, there's... we got two crossings coming up ahead. You know, there's a lot of people who will say, well, this sim is unrealistic because you have this fancy HUD telling you all of this information. But at the same time too, there's so many other games and sims that are just like this, where of course you're gonna have some information because it's not the real world. It's still a video game at the end of the day. It's only considered a sim because a lot of this is close to real life. You're modeling places and, in this case, trains and things like that from the real world. You're modeling the routes one-to-one. So yeah, I mean, but of course it's not going to be identical to the real world. Like, yeah, you know, if you want to be realistic, you'll turn the HUD off, and try to do this without HUD or without distance things, but sometimes people don't just have time to learn routes like that. Sometimes people do this just for their enjoyment as well, like myself. And because, quite frankly, I don't see myself doing this in the real world, so... but yeah, I mean, I like what they did in... Oh, this is the station we started off in with that California commuter scenario. Okay, so I kind of know where we're at now. See, we're learning the route. We're slowly learning the route. Slowly but surely. But yeah, I mean, there's still a factor of when you make the game, still gotta make it to where many different age groups can still enjoy it for what it is. You know, it's not going to be exact to the real world, but it's still fun to play around with and enjoy. But that's why Dovetail Games has their forums, you know. Obviously, if there's an issue or maybe you have some real-world intelligence of trains and how things work, then by all means, that's what their forums are for, and you can give them input, and those guys are always listening to what people have to say. Sometimes it doesn't seem like they get to you sooner because they have several projects to worry about themselves. They have lives to live as well. They have families and want to be able to do other things. So sometimes it might be harder to get your word out, but you know, if you are very constructive and you have some background knowledge and you're nice about it, Dovetail Games will listen to you, and they're a great group of people. Sometimes I think people give them too much hate, really, for their content. They have some good content. I really like the direction Train Sim World is going in, and I hope it continues to improve. But as for me, like I said, I kind of like the HUD that I have right now. I like how I just have it to the markers, and I think sometimes that's good enough. But I will have to take some time to learn this route a little bit more, do some more scenarios, and get acquainted with it. That's a sidewalk crossing. I don't know why I had to. I guess I have to blow my horn through there. This is a good case of seeing a difference in passenger versus freight runs. Because I know the passenger service through here. Oh, I forgot the trees move around. Very cool. Things are distracting me right now. What am I trying to say? Yeah, example of passenger versus freight along this route is that I think passenger service gets 75 miles per hour through here, or 75, 79, and freight is only 50. This 0.1% grade is really not helping us one bit. I'm also in third person through here because obviously I did the California commuter scenario in first person. And I didn't really get a chance to look at the surrounding area, so since I know what it looks like in first person, I'll go ahead and jump out through here. Speeding a little bit. Now we got 45 mile coming up here and 1.4 miles. I will say the ground looks a little bit too shiny and reflective. So if there's any critique I maybe have of this scenario or the weather, it's probably that. Yeah, it just looks a little bit too shiny, really. But other than that, it looks really cool. Alright, we're coming to that 45 pretty soon. Come out to another crossing up here. Here's another station we stopped at. I'm sure this is getting super annoying right now for you guys. Especially since we're outside and it's incredibly loud. Go ahead and jump back in. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah, again, I don't think I need to blow my horn through here. But then all the crossing bucks that I've seen, they're let's get back down to 45. No, 45, 45, 45. Hit it, 45, 45. There we go. Nah, we'll keep the initial reduction on a little bit longer. Oh, there we go. Okay. Bring the power back up. This brake's a little bit weird. But yeah, there's also 2 gates on either side. So 4 gates in total on each crossing. So I don't think it's actually necessary, but... Boy, this is a long, what, 18 miles? How long was it from South San Francisco Yard? I guess it is a long scenario. It said 50 minutes on the estimated time thing on the menu screen, but I didn't really know exactly how long it was going to be. Let's turn the bell off. Get out of here. Hello, lady. Okay, well, we haven't changed our conductor yet. That was a little bit weird. That kind of scared me. 0.4% grade. Give it some more throttle. Green. Still got the all clear from the signals, which is nice. Wow, it's taking forever to get this consist of the speed. Oh no, the gates aren't working. I think it was like that in the California commuter scenario as well. I caught it when I was editing the footage. It's like, oh crap, the gates weren't down there. So it's a good thing I blew my horn through there. That was important. Alright, get out of here with the bell. I really do need to figure out what it's mapped to on the controller. Is it hold down that? No, contact that. Oh, it's up! Wait. This whole time, it's up on the D-pad? What? This... I can't... Oh man, I feel so stupid right now. For the past 2 Train Sim World videos, I've been doing the bell by hitting B on the keyboard. And I just learned that it's up on the D-pad. Oh, I feel so stupid. Oh, man. Well, the more you know. The more you know. Well, very good. That means I don't ever have to touch my keyboard once. So if that's anything to celebrate, there you have it. Ooh, alright, we're going up, but the grade through this route is very, very interesting. You would think it'd be somewhat flat, but it doesn't help where a lot of these commuter stations for the Caltrain service are raised above the ground, so there's a lot of inclination around here. Somewhat flat. Alright, we got 5.6 miles remaining. Still got clear on the signal. And we're clear after that. We do have a 50-mile-per-hour section coming up, but I don't think that's going to be necessary for us. Green up ahead, we're doing good. It's something I learned also watching some railfan stuff. It seems like the conductor will always call out on dispatch, you know, or their radio, what signal they're coming up to. If they're in a certain subdivision territory, which is interesting. I guess that maybe just ensures the dispatcher that the engine crew is aware of their signals and their locations and what they're doing. But I found that interesting. I don't know if they do that all the time, if they're required maybe by law or by the railroad to do that. It's just something fascinating I picked up on, again, just watching some rail fanning stuff for all the people who have their radio scanners to listen to the engine crews. Alright, well, we're at that 50-mile zone. We have to stop. I think this is our final destination, Redwood Junction. And that's also a good point. It's Redwood Junction. It's not a yard, so I don't think there's any yard limits we have to adhere to, but we will definitely start slowing down here within the next mile or so. Going downhill a bit, 0.3% grade. Go ahead and put initial reduction in and release the automatic brake. This is the type of braking system I like. I like the freight braking systems. They just work. We still got to clear. Oh, we do have a 45 coming up here in just under 2 miles. Have to prepare for that. Hopefully when we sped through the yard, that won't hurt us too bad on our performance or hurt our action points. Speaking of which, there's another one. I do like how they did the action points thing. And they And just the scoring system really is pretty nice. Still idling, coasting along. I do need to get a screenshot at some point. Let's go ahead and get down. We'll get a screenshot here, shall we? Nope, we're like too far away. No, next one's yellow. Well, better get the screenshot quickly. Better get the screenshot quickly. What's HUD off? F1? Hey, we got a screenshot. Okay, very good. What are we doing? 1 mile, we have 45. And then we got a yellow. It's an approach. I'm trying to, this whole scenario, I've been trying to figure out the technical term for a yellow. A lot of signals do have complex names. They're usually a series of names. Like it's like you have the approach medium signal or approach at some, you know, something. So that's something I'll have to look up. If there's a route or an engine manual or something for the routes on Train Sim World and the game files, I might take a look at them, because they might help explain signal indicators and what their proper names are. There's a lot of DLC and routes like that on TS 2020, where some locomotives will have their own README files on how to operate the locomotive and what to do, especially the more complex ones. So I'm intrigued if Train Sim World has about the same thing. We're coming up to a 40, and we're getting closer to where we need to be, so let's go ahead and back our speed down. Go ahead and release it again. We get close to about a mile. Or within a mile, that's where we should probably start slowing down. That sign said 25 on the bottom right. Oh boy. Let's see. It's initial reduction. How far does that go in brake pressure? Redwood City. So we've been at the station, again in the California commuter scenario. But it looks like we're just passing it. So just south of it, I think. I think we're heading south on the line. That guy was so close to the... Dude, don't be standing on the yellow. Goodness, you're giving us all a heart attack. We're still a mile from it. I don't know why I'm slowing down now. I can never judge when to slow down anymore. Oh dear. Yeah, well, let's just put it in the notch 8. Why not? Totally not slipping the wheels or anything. That's cool, it's a little sideways crossing. Okay, we got a yellow. We might be coming up into a yard because it looks like we're gonna cross over. So it's probably a good thing we stayed slow. So there's yellow on the bottom, red's on the top. So the through track straight ahead is it like closed off. Yellow means approach, you know, caution, careful with speed as we go over the crossover here. So there's a, oh good, there's a 25 coming up. That pops up so quickly in the top right. We'll probably have to go down to a 10. Well, let's slow down, slow down, slow down. Yep, 10. Haha, I knew it. Alright. Here we go. We'll get down to 10. Keep putting our service. Down. 15. Oh man, we're going far into the yard here. And we're at 10. Let's give it some power here so we don't lose too much speed. Oh, got yanked back to there. There we go, let's get back here. Redwood Junction. Interesting. Interesting. So this is, so there's a Y that way, which might be another main line, possibly. Probably another subdivision, possibly. We're gonna head straight here into a little yard. There's where we need to stop, just up ahead. California Dreamin' up there in the billboard in the background. You know, it's not... I thought there was like some sunny, always sunny slogan about California, but I think it applies further south. Because it's obviously not sunny here in the San Francisco area. Got a fellow GP38-2 over there. I'm currently just hydrating. It's hard to do videos like this. We've been almost at the 50-minute mark, so it's another lengthy video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I surely enjoyed. We got some dudes over there. I surely enjoyed doing this scenario. There's some really nice sounds too. You can point them out a little bit. There might be an option to turn off the those little car indicators. I don't know if there actually is or not. I might turn them off. I think they look really cool. It's a cool video game effect. We might be stopping a bit too short. We'll see. I don't understand the brakes. I think part of it's a little bit... The physics are a little bit odd. I think the car, like everything weighs more than they should be, and just the way things get pushed and pulled and stuff is a bit unrealistic, so... It might be just a case of learning about it. It's a feel thing. In the real world, it might be easier to feel for what the train is doing. Initial reduction, that should be enough to get us to stop here. The whole train's just gonna stop us because it's so heavy anyways. Alright, we'll do one blast to the horn as we get stopped. Alright, we'll take a short break here. The rear empties will be detached from the train, and then we'll need clearance from Caltrain operations to continue the journey south. Very good. I think that might be it from us as well. Be it from the scenario. We're gonna put that to neutral. And there you go, that's going to be it. Let's go ahead and check out our debriefing. We earned a gold medal, which I think is the very top one. So if anything, we have something to be proud about. And boy, we are gaining some XP on Peninsula Corridor and the Union Pacific GP38-2. So we go ahead and look at our graph here. Yeah, that's probably the only part of the whole route that I wasn't too happy about. And that was just totally missing where to slow down. There might have been a marker for 10 miles per hour for the yard limit, but like I said, I just didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. So, but yeah, just getting the train started, there was like a lot of stuttering because it's hard to get this thing back up to speed. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed. That wasn't so bad. Getting gold medal there. It took us about almost. We were almost at the 50-minute mark there. Traveled 23 miles in total. So I guess that was quite a long distance if you factor in that most of our speed was either 50 or 45, but I didn't get to 50 for most of this. Part of it was because of the inclines and stuff and just trying to make sure we weren't speeding. And of course we had to walk a little bit, which was nice to get out of the locomotive and go coupled. I think it's another nice addition to the sim. Oh yeah, but that will be it for me. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.